You won't believe how a simple pill could secretly damage your memory, and it might be sitting in your cabinet right now. Honora came to me one day, frustrated and scared. I feel foggy, forgetful, like my brain's shutting down. But it wasn't age. It was her medications. She'd been taking common pills for years without realizing the damage they were doing to her brain. It's a silent problem, and it's happening to more seniors than you might think. Today, we're uncovering 9 popular medications that are linked to rapid dementia, and I'm going to help you recognize them. You won't believe what's out there. I'm Louis from Better Aging Advice for Elderly, your go-to for real stories, practical health tips, and science-backed ways to age strong and sharp. If you care about protecting your mind and body, hit subscribe and join our community today. First up, anticholinergics. These medications, commonly used for allergies, nausea, or sleep, include drugs like diphenhydramine, often found in Benadryl. While they can provide relief in the short term, they have a silent side effect. They block the brain chemicals necessary for memory. Honora, a senior woman, had been taking one every night without realizing the toll it was taking on her mind. Over time, she began feeling more and more foggy, forgetful, and struggled to keep her thoughts sharp. No wonder. This class of drugs is known to impair cognitive function, especially as we age. It's easy to ignore the small signs. You might think, I'm just getting older, or I'm tired. But these seemingly harmless medications can have a long-term effect on your brain. The impact on your memory and clarity can grow worse over time. And before you know it, you're experiencing more than just occasional brain fog. Many seniors, just like Honora, unknowingly take these pills without realizing how much they could be affecting their brain health. Here's the thing. These drugs block important chemicals in your brain that help with memory, focus, and even mood. The longer you use them, the more noticeable the decline can become. For Honora, what started as a simple pill to help her sleep turned into a battle with her mental sharpness. What was once an occasional forgetfulness soon became a constant struggle with clarity. If you've been taking these medications regularly, you might want to talk to your doctor. Are there safer alternatives? It's important to discuss options that can help without hurting your brain. Have you taken allergy pills lately? How did they make you feel? I'd love to hear your experience. Drop a comment below and share. Let's talk about it. Next, benzodiazepines. Medications like diazepam, Valium, and lorazepam, Ativan, are often prescribed for anxiety, insomnia, or stress. While they may offer temporary relief, these medications can come with serious side effects, especially for seniors. Long-term use of benzodiazepines has been linked to confusion, memory lapses, and even an accelerated decline in brain function. Many seniors take these medications regularly, thinking they're just managing their anxiety or sleep problems. But the truth is, these pills can have lasting effects on the brain, leading to difficulty concentrating and memory issues. It's a hidden problem that can sneak up on you. What starts as a simple solution to anxiety or sleeplessness may soon result in more serious cognitive decline. Think about it. When you rely on benzodiazepines, you may feel temporarily calm, but over time, they interfere with the brain's ability to stay sharp. That's because they slow down brain activity and make it harder for you to process information or recall details. Seniors, in particular, are more vulnerable to these effects, and the damage can be hard to undo once it's done. But here's the good news. There are natural ways to relax and get better sleep without the harmful side effects. Simple lifestyle changes, like practicing deep breathing, using calming herbal teas, or sticking to a bedtime routine, can help you unwind and rest easy, all without the risks associated with benzodiazepines. What's your go-to way to relax or sleep naturally? Share it below. I'd love to hear your tips, and maybe we can help each other find safer solutions. Third, prescription sleep aids like zolpidem. Medications like zolpidem, commonly known as Ambien, might seem like a quick, easy fix for sleepless nights. They promise restful sleep and fast results, which is especially tempting when tossing and turning becomes an every night struggle. But here's what many people don't realize. While these pills can help you fall asleep, they come with serious hidden risks, especially for seniors. Regular use of prescription sleep aids like zolpidem has been linked to increased brain fog, memory problems, and a higher risk of developing dementia. These medications work by slowing down brain activity, which can disrupt natural sleep cycles and impair the brain's ability to properly reset and repair. Overnight, over time, this fogginess doesn't just stay in the night. It creeps into your mornings, your memory, your conversations, and your clarity. Many people, like Honora, feel trapped by these pills, believing they can't sleep without them. But there are safer, natural alternatives that can genuinely support good sleep without harming your brain. Simple changes like a relaxing evening routine, a cup of herbal tea, soft calming music, or gentle stretching before bed can help your body and mind unwind naturally. If you've been leaning on sleep medications, it's worth asking yourself, is it helping or quietly making things worse? Prompt: have you tried herbal teas or calming music instead? Let's swap ideas in the comments. Your tip might help someone else. Sleep better tonight. Feeling surprised already? Stay with me. The next few might shock you even more. Number 4. Tricyclic antidepressants. Medications like amitriptyline were once among the most commonly prescribed antidepressants. For years, they were used not only to treat depression, but also to help with chronic pain, migraines, and even sleep problems. While they may still be prescribed today, research has revealed a hidden danger, especially for seniors. These medications are now linked to a significantly increased risk of dementia. Why? Tricyclic antidepressants affect important brain chemicals, particularly acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter essential for memory, focus, and mental clarity. When these brain chemicals are disrupted over time, it can lead to confusion, memory problems, and a higher risk of cognitive decline. Honora's neighbor, Clive, took amitriptyline for years to help with nerve pain. At first, it seemed harmless, but slowly, his sharp wit and clear memory started to fade. Clive often forgot conversations, misplaced things, and felt mentally sluggish. It wasn't just aging. It was the medication quietly affecting his brain in the background. Many seniors aren't aware of these risks because these medications have been around for decades and can seem familiar and trusted. But long-term use carries consequences. If you or someone you love is still taking a tricyclic antidepressant, it's worth having a conversation with your doctor about safer alternatives, especially options designed for older adults that protect brain health. There are newer medications and non-drug approaches for managing mood, pain, and sleep that don't carry the same cognitive risks. Staying informed is the first step to staying sharp. Have you or someone you know been prescribed these older antidepressants? How did it affect you? Share your story in the comments. You might help someone else make an important decision. 5th, antipsychotics. Medications like risperidone and quetiapine are often prescribed to manage mood disorders, severe anxiety, agitation, and even sleep problems in older adults. While they may seem like a helpful option in difficult situations, especially for those struggling with restlessness or mood swings, these medications carry a serious hidden risk. They've been strongly linked to faster cognitive decline in seniors. These drugs work by altering brain chemicals that control mood, perception, and behavior. But in doing so, they can also dull mental clarity, impair memory, and weaken overall cognitive function. Over time, instead of helping, they can leave people feeling sedated, disconnected, and mentally foggy. Take Elsa, for example, a close friend of Honora's. Elsa was prescribed quetiapine to help with anxiety and sleep troubles. In the beginning, it seemed to calm her nerves, but within a few months, her family noticed changes. She struggled to follow conversations, forgot important dates, and even had trouble recognizing familiar faces at times. What was thought to be simple aging turned out to be a side effect of the medication. Sadly, this story isn't unique. Many seniors are prescribed these medications without being fully informed about the potential long-term effects on brain health. Antipsychotics should always be used with extreme caution in older adults, and ideally, only when absolutely necessary. If you or a loved one has been prescribed these drugs for sleep or mood issues, it's crucial to ask your healthcare provider about safer, brain-friendly alternatives. There are often gentler, non-drug approaches that can help manage mood and improve sleep without putting memory and clarity at risk. Have you or someone you care about ever taken these medications? What was the experience like? Let's share and support each other in the comments below. Sixth, bladder control medications. If you've ever struggled with overactive bladder or frequent bathroom trips, your doctor may have mentioned medications like oxybutynin. These drugs are part of a group called anticholinergics, designed to relax bladder muscles and reduce those urgent, inconvenient urges. At first glance, it seems like a helpful, harmless solution, but there's an invisible cost many seniors never realize until it's too late. Bladder control medications like oxybutynin quietly affect brain chemicals, particularly acetylcholine, which plays a key role in memory, focus, and clear thinking. The troubling part is that these effects happen gradually, without obvious warning signs. You might just feel a little foggier, a little forgetful, or struggle to find the right words now and then, easy to dismiss as normal aging. That's exactly what happened to Corvin, a good friend of Honora's. He started taking oxybutynin after his bladder issues worsened. Within a few months, his once sharp memory dulled. Corvin would forget names, misplace important things, and often lose track of conversations. He brushed it off, thinking it was just part of getting older, until his doctor reviewed his medications and connected the dots. Sadly, this story isn't rare. Many seniors are prescribed these medications without being warned about the potential long-term cognitive effects. The connection between bladder medications and memory loss is well documented, yet still under-discussed. If you or someone you love is using a bladder control medication, it's wise to have an open conversation with your healthcare provider. Are there safer alternatives? Could lifestyle changes, bladder training exercises, or other non-drug options help? Protecting your brain is just as important as managing physical symptoms. Have you ever taken medications like this? Did you notice changes in your memory? Let's talk about it in the comments. Your story might help someone else today. Seventh, strong opioids. Medications like oxycodone are powerful tools for managing severe or chronic pain. For people recovering from surgery, living with arthritis, or dealing with serious injury, these drugs can feel like a lifeline. But what most seniors don't realize is that while opioids can ease physical pain, they can also silently harm the brain over time, dulling memory, reducing attention, and quietly impacting long-term brain health. Strong opioids work by altering the way the brain processes pain signals. But along with numbing discomfort, they also suppress areas of the brain responsible for memory, decision-making, and emotional balance. Seniors, in particular, are highly sensitive to these effects because their brains are already more vulnerable to change. Honora's cousin Mavis knew this struggle well. Mavis was prescribed oxycodone after a bad fall that left her with lingering back pain. While the medication made her pain manageable, her family started noticing subtle changes. She'd forget appointments, lose track of conversations, and sometimes repeat the same questions within minutes. At first, everyone assumed it was stress or normal aging. But as weeks passed, Mavis herself admitted, "I feel like I'm living in a fog." Opioids, especially when taken regularly, can slow cognitive processes and increase the risk of confusion, dizziness, and memory lapses. Long-term use has even been linked to increased risks of dementia in older adults. The scary part? These changes can creep in gradually, often going unnoticed until significant harm has already been done. If you or a loved one is using a strong opioid for pain, talk openly with your healthcare provider. Could lower doses, non-opioid pain relievers, physical therapy, or holistic methods like massage and gentle movement offer some relief. Pain management should never come at the cost of your clarity and memory. Have you or someone you know used opioids for pain? How did it affect memory or focus? Let's share our experiences in the comments. Your story might help others find safer solutions. Number 8. Older antihistamines. You've probably seen medications like chlorpheniramine sitting in medicine cabinets for decades. These older antihistamines were once the go-to remedy for sneezing, runny noses, and itchy eyes. They're still sold today, and many seniors reach for them without a second thought, assuming that if it's over-the-counter and familiar, it must be harmless. But here's the truth. These medications can quietly damage your memory and mental clarity over time. Older antihistamines like chlorpheniramine belong to a group of drugs that block acetylcholine, a crucial brain chemical involved in learning, memory, and alertness. This means that while they're reducing allergy symptoms, they're also impairing your brain's ability to stay sharp and focused. And for seniors, the impact can be far more serious. Gareth, a neighbor of Honora's, learned this the hard way. Gareth had mild seasonal allergies and would take chlorpheniramine before bed, hoping it would ease his congestion and help him sleep. At first, it made him drowsy, which he liked. But within a couple of months, Gareth's family noticed he was struggling to remember details, getting names mixed up, and losing track of time. He often described feeling foggy and blamed it on old age. But the real culprit was hiding in his nightstand drawer. The danger is that these drugs don't cause immediate, dramatic side effects. The decline happens slowly: subtle memory problems, increased drowsiness, trouble focusing, and it's easy to dismiss as part of normal aging. But studies have shown that prolonged use of these anticholinergic medications increases the risk of dementia, especially in older adults. If you or someone you care about is still using older antihistamines, it's time to reconsider. Newer, non-sedating options exist, and natural remedies like saline rinses, air purifiers, and local honey can offer relief without harming your mind. Have you ever relied on these older allergy meds? What's your favorite way to deal with allergies naturally? Share your tips in the comments. You might help someone avoid the same mistakes. And finally, proton pump inhibitors, PPIs. Medications like omeprazole, commonly taken for acid reflux and heartburn, are widely used by millions of seniors who just want relief from that burning discomfort in the chest and throat. They're easy to get, often available, over the counter, and many people believe they're harmless enough to use daily, even for years. But what most don't realize is that long-term use of these medications has been linked to an increased risk of dementia in older adults. PPIs work by reducing the amount of acid produced in the stomach, which sounds harmless enough. However, when used for extended periods. These drugs may interfere with the body's ability to absorb important nutrients like vitamin B12, magnesium, and calcium, all essential for maintaining healthy brain function and memory. Low levels of these nutrients over time can subtly weaken cognitive abilities, increasing forgetfulness, foggy thinking, and even raising dementia risk. Leora, a warm, cheerful friend of Honora's, learned this lesson firsthand. She had suffered from chronic acid reflux for years and was prescribed omeprazole to keep it under control. Leora took it faithfully, assuming it was safer than enduring constant heartburn. But gradually, she noticed troubling changes. She'd forget simple tasks, repeat conversations, and sometimes feel confused in familiar places. After a checkup, her doctor connected the dots between her long-term PPI use and her cognitive changes. It's important to understand. Medications like these can be useful when truly needed, but long-term, unchecked use carries risks many aren't warned about. If you've been on a PPI for months or even years, it's time to review your options with your healthcare provider. There may be safer alternatives, such as adjusting your diet, reducing trigger foods, or trying gentle, natural remedies. We've covered 9 medications today, from allergy pills, sleep aids, antidepressants, and antipsychotics to bladder medications, opioids, antihistamines, and reflux meds. And while this might feel overwhelming, it's not too late to protect your brain and your future. Are you or someone you care about taking any of these medications? Let's open up in the comments. Sharing could help someone else. Stay sharp and safe. Hearing about the hidden risks in everyday medications can feel overwhelming, even frightening. But here's the truth. Knowledge is power, and it's never too late to make smarter, safer choices for your brain and body. The most important thing to remember is this: never stop or change a medication without talking to your healthcare provider first. These medications were prescribed for a reason, and some need to be reduced gradually or replaced safely under a doctor's guidance. The good news? Many safer, brain-friendly alternatives exist today. For sleep issues, instead of habit-forming pills, you might explore natural solutions like melatonin, calming teas, mindfulness practices, or gentle stretching before bed. For anxiety or mood concerns, ask about counseling, light exercise, or non-sedating medications that won't cloud your memory. And for chronic pain, many seniors find relief through physical therapy, acupuncture, topical treatments, or low-impact activities like swimming and Tai Chi. It's also wise to schedule a medication review, a simple conversation with your doctor or pharmacist to go through everything you're taking, including over-the-counter products. You might be surprised how certain pills, patches, or syrups interact in ways that affect your brain without clear warning signs. Honora did this, and it changed her life. She worked with her doctor to replace risky medications with safer options. Within weeks, her fog lifted, her memory improved, and she finally felt like herself again. You deserve the same. Have you ever had a medication review? Or made a change that helped your memory and clarity? Share your experience in the comments. Your story could be the encouragement someone else needs today. Have you ever felt foggy, forgetful, or just not like yourself after starting a new medication? You're not alone, and your story could be the lifeline someone else is searching for. Drop your experience in the comments below. You might help another person spot a hidden risk before it's too late. If this video opened your eyes or made you think twice about what's sitting in your medicine cabinet, tap that like button. It helps this message reach more people who need it. And if you care about staying sharp, healthy, and independent as you age, subscribe to Better Aging Advice for Elderly. This is your place for brain-saving, health-boosting tips made just for you and the people you love. Together, we can age with strength, clarity, and confidence.